Throughout the year, families go to parts of the border wall where they can see and sometimes touch loved ones. Thomas Hoppe takes us to Friendship Park.
On the coast of California.
So San Diego and Tijuana are the two largest metropolitan areas on the U.S.-Mexico border.
At the edge of San Diego, the water touches two countries, separated by walls, but connected by love.
We're going out to Friendship Park, which is right on the border.
This place is called Friendship Park, where both sides of the border can come together and reunite with family.
Where they get together here and they open the walls where they can be for a while.
They can't kiss each other or hug each other. They can only touch the tips of their pinky fingers through a little square, metal square.
It's a difficult situation to have family on the other side that you cannot be with. And to have a little moment with them, I think it's really, really important.
Why not? There's a lot of people that they don't have no papers, and they want to see the family. How are they going to do it?
But separation is something Robert is too used to.
I was born here in Tijuana, Mexico, and at the age of 6, our family took us all legally to the United States, where I grew up in Southern California. I had been experimenting with recreational drugs, and we all know that there's no such thing as recreational drugs, because before you know it, you become a full addict. I was put in deportation proceedings. That was originally in 2003. I ended up going back to the U.S. Undocumented. I stayed completely clean since when I got arrested back in 2002, just working, taking care of my family. So when I showed up and ended up taking me into custody, I felt like my whole world had just crumbled before my feet. My son, who is still active duty military, has come there, and I've seen him and my two granddaughters a couple of times. On one occasion, I was very fortunate that the security gate was open, and I was able to hug my son and my two granddaughters. It felt like your heart bursting out of your chest. You know, like if you had just won $1 million, like you could walk on air. You know, it's the greatest feeling you could ever feel.
There are talks of more walls across the southern border.
We consider Friendship Park a sacred land because that's the only place on the U.S.-Mexico border where families can actually be a family again. That is still a motivating part to help you continue fighting so that one day that wall can be brought down.
But here, San Diego and Tijuana have decided to build bridges with a place like Friendship Park. With photojournalist Andrew Snedecke, I'm Thomas Hoppe.
Now, beyond any wall or barrier, about 400 immigration judges are having a huge impact on the process. Our animator Nick Rafferzo explains.
These aren't your typical judges. About 400 of them work out of about 63 immigration courts hearing all kinds of cases. They answer to the chief immigration judge, who establishes operating policies and oversees policy implementation for the immigration courts. The chief answers directly to the attorney general. Congress requires he or she crafts a functional immigration court system. The chief and those 400 judges act as the attorney general's delegates, according to the Code of Federal Regulations. More on that later. The immigration court is civil, not criminal. That means immigrants have the right to hire a lawyer, though not a free one if they can't afford their own. In 2016, the American Immigration Council found 37% of immigrants had legal representation during deportation hearings. The 14th Amendment guarantees all immigrants the right to due process and equal protection during cases. Once a judge rules, the case can go to the Board of Immigration Appeals. But the Attorney General can step in and reverse any case that's overturned. Critics say a system with 400 judges and their chief that answers to the Attorney General is a system set up to be partisan, biased, and unitarian. Many want immigration judges to be independent and taken out of the Attorney General's jurisdiction.
Now, 65% of Americans live in a place where you can be stopped and searched in a way that has some advocates concerned. We're going to be filling you in on the 100-mile zone when the race continues.